Well, good night, Juan and Alison. Today is our last encounter from the task two. And in this today's encounter, we will talk about why we all need to practice emotional first aid ID. This is the last encounter, the weekly encounter of English conversation. I recommend you to take the last screenshot of this activity in order to complete your journal, because I think that it was moved to 11th to May 11th in order to complete this activity, right? So, okay, Edward, how are you? Hello, Edward.
Hi, teacher. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Yes, I was telling Edward that this is our last encounter. So, and today we're going to talk about why we all need to practice emotional first AID. As this is our last encounter, and it's also an encounter of a English conversation for task two. You also have to take the screenshot in order to continue with well, complete your journal for task two, because I think that it was the due date was moved to 11th, I think. So let's start by summarizing the content of the video that you watch according to this topic. Um, so as in the last activity, you will have 2 minutes in order to talk about the content of the video. In this case is a presentation from by Dr. Winch, in which he was talking about emotional hygiene, mental health, and all these topics. So, Alison, would you like to start?
Okay. Again. The last day, and I continue first. Okay, teacher. Okay, the video. More is it was. I opened on my cell phone, and it was like some audios and a text, and it continued. By Dr. Guy Winch, who was talking about some moments of his life, starting talking about his identical twin. He told about some experience that he was and he had in the past, where he was a little boy, where he can stay with her twin and compare about some moments and mind moments that they reference to him, um, more to where he was separated of her twin, of his twin, and how our mind sometimes the habits change or kind of mind, and change and create. We sometimes create some habits that doesn't admit some change of mind, and we continue standing that on that kind of thinking of mind, that all around us is an habit that we can change, or we have to stay continue on them, but our mind never we pay attention to this, because we continue taking, or we were sometimes in the on bad moments, we lost our determination, or we lost our emotional or
Okay,
emotions.
Alison, 2 minutes. That's good. Excellent. So Edward, did you watch the video? Are you listening to it? Yes. Edward, Alison, are you listening to Edward?
And I can hear.
Edward, are you listening to me?
Yes, teacher, I listening to you. Can you hear me?
Okay, Edward, so I would like to summarize the content of the video by Dr. Winch, in which you could talk about the topic of the presentation of the thing that you understood, your perception about the video, or just a summary. So are you ready?
Okay, teacher. Kind of. I had a hard week, but I could see the video
Okay, so
yesterday.
but remember the topic, the general topic is mental health, emotional hygiene, or emotional health. Okay, so if you want to participate, you can speak about the topic in a general way instead of speaking about the things that he was speaking in the video. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so I'm gonna count your 2 minutes now. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
go ahead.
In the video, there was a man talking about his identical twin. They were an incredible. I don't know. They were okay. They are two brothers, and they love too much each one to the other.
Edward left from the call, or are you listening to Edward?
He's out.
Okay. Hello, Paula. How are you?
Hi teacher, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, Paula. So, how was your class?
Was so interesting, but the teacher from today talk in a slowly way, so I feel so boring in some parts, but was good. The
Okay.
topic was good, but you know when the teacher talk like hi, doo it's difficult to be with a good perception of this class, but good.
Yeah. Hey, Paula. So, did you watch the material about for this encounter?
Yes, teacher, of course.
Okay. So, I would like you to give us your summary about the Dr. Switch presentation, or also your perspective about the content of the topic that Dr. Winch was talking in his video. So you will have 2 minutes in order to talk about it, and I'm gonna count your time now. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, teacher. The video was about emotional hygiene. Um, all around the taking care of our emotions and our mental health and the things that we think in our minds. This guy talk about different examples. The first one is an example about one rejection. A woman that start to again to with her life of dates, but this experience doesn't was good for her because the guy and where she go to know the man just say that that doesn't was interesting for her, for him, sorry. Another example I remember is something about cancer. What I have to say something about this topic. As a teacher in my school, exists a lot of problem about it. Um, we try to help as a teacher, but I'm just a student of this degree, and I have some experience in different schools, but it's difficult to try to I don't know how to say that, but to do all around this kind of troubles. For example, this week we have like four guys that cut themselves, and we don't have an psychologist or some support for that. So as a teacher, we have to handle this trouble while the psychologists come from our school, and now my school have a lot of troubles about that. And the father says that things that the kids did it was because their cell phones are not about, and this doesn't happen from from things that happens in their houses. So the help that we have in my school about well, around all the parents is so low, and it's so difficult with these parents because everything that happens is fault of the teachers and the institution, but they don't want to do nothing about the mental health of our students. So
Yes.
yeah, it's so difficult. This week was so difficult and hard about this topic. So yes, teacher, I think that maybe this needs to be something that could be mandatory in every institution. I know that is that, but in some private institutions, things that is not so important as religion. But I don't know, teacher. You know.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm currently now working with education, and I'm working in another field. But when I was working as a teacher in private schools, we have the same problems. As an English teacher, I wanted to achieve many goals that I thought that they could be possible, but I needed the help of the management of the school, the owners of the school. But we as a teacher, when we are working as a teacher, we face many situations in which we realize that things are not like we think that they could be, and the things are more are harder because we face many barriers that don't let us to accomplish our strategies, our activities, and it is exhausting. It makes us feel as bad. but
Yes,
doesn't
teacher.
matter. We have to keep going and have to keep looking for new strategies in order to reach those goals as a professional, as a human being, and also as a teacher. In, but, yeah, but sometimes it's very hard. It's very hard because private schools they are companies, and what they want is to get money, and instead of educating the children. So it is a hard situation, and I understand, Paula.
Thank you so much, teacher. I forget to say about something that happens today. That as I I'm the youngest teacher in this school. So the kids feel comfortable with me or have so much with me. So
Yeah.
two girls today come with me and say, teacher, I feel that I'm pregnant. These kids
Yes, yes.
just have like
As
11
it
years
was,
old. So
it was saying to me when I started as a teacher when I was 18, and you look at my picture, and but when I was 18, I look like if I were 13, and it
yeah,
was very hard for me because I look younger what I really are. What I really am, but and for education, it has been a problem for me. That's why I am not working with education in the moment, but I also was the youngest teacher in my work when I was working.
no, teacher. That is nice to hear because um, I'm the youngest and it's nice to know that because
Yeah.
yes, I
Okay,
feel good
so
with that. Thank you,
okay, so
teacher.
Edward is here again. Edward, do you want to finish your summary, or do you want to add anything else to what you were saying? I think that Edward is having problem with his internet. I think. I don't know. Edward. Okay, so let's continue with some questions and also some affirmations that Dr. Winch make about this topic. And I would like you to know your answers, your response, or also your position when Dr. Winch states something about this topic. So I will pronounce the questions, and you will be able to share your answer or your this question. So that's Dr. Winch favoritism. What's Dr. Winch point about favoritism? Alison, are
Yes,
you there?
yes, teacher.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
in that,
He told about favoritism when he was remember some moments when he was a boy, a little boy with him twin when he with his twin. Uh, he was talking about how they can compare when it is similar person he can compare how a mother can be in favorite favorite favorites with the her son, because if they are the same like the same person, we can compare the twins. He was talking about how our mind is operating, about if we are like similar, how she can give more to him and not to me, and how it can be different if we are similar. Yes. So in that
Yes.
case,
Well, that is a part about what he speak about favoritism. And but you know what? Even though when we have a twin, we as a human we are always a different person. You know, even though when we are look like someone, we have our own feelings and our own stuff that make us different. Mm, Paola, so what do you think? Uh, what's Dr. Winch's point about favoritism?
What is my point, or what is the point of the video?
Yeah, what is the point in the video?
Okay.
Because
Uh,
okay,
this guy talk about the favoritism and say something about that, how we value the body much more than the mind. So that is so true. And he give us some example, one example of this kid that hurt himself when he, I don't remember how to say se cayó, pero this guy
he
needs
fell down,
to, sorry teacher?
fell down.
Yes, when he fell down and he looking for something to care his injury, but he started to say how his parents teach him to do these things with his body, but not with his mind. So we don't teach, or we don't never start something to like a business, like a lesson. We never take a lesson to emotional hygiene, and he also says something about that. This is something that we also practice all the time. That is teacher, that we value more the body than more than the mind. That is the thing.
Sorry, that was the point. He was
Yes, the
talking about,
point. The point
yeah,
is
he was,
yes. Sorry.
don't worry. He was talking about how we value much more our body and the health of our body, and we don't take care about our mind. We don't pay attention to our mind, and
Yeah.
we think that everything that is related to our mind is not such an important thing. And if and we used to say that I just take a nap and I'm like new. I just uh, drink this and I'm good, and don't cry, don't do that, don't feel sad, don't, and we think that everything is okay with our mind, and it's not. So we have to take care of our mental health as we take care of about our body health, you know. So that was the point about favoritism. That example about his brother and his, in order to talk to talk about this topic, is it was just like a nice breaker, you know, like para romper el hielo, you know. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is my second, yeah, this is my second statement about this video. Do you agree with Dr. Winch's affirmation? Someone asked, what do we teach to our children about emotional hygiene? Dr. Winch, sorry, did you listen? Because I turned off my microphone by accident.
No, teacher, I can hear everything, just a part.
Okay, so do you think or do you agree with Dr. Winch's affirmation in which someone asked, what do we teach our children about emotional hygiene? Dr. Winch said nothing. Do you agree with that part? Or do you think that most of people teach about emotional hygiene to their children? Who wants to share her point of view or
Me,
standpoint?
teacher.
Okay, Paula.
Well, I think that I'm agree with this guy because
Okay.
it that is true. Because if you see the things that how we grow up, usually our parents say something when we fall out that doesn't matter, that doesn't have some importance, or when some child comes with us and takes something from us and our parents said you need to learn to share things, and you they don't put the importance, the thing that you need this thing and you have this thing first before this guy, this with this another kid. So I think that the emotional thing, the, the learning about emotional thing is something that nowadays is something autonomy and not by help with our parents. So yes, I'm agree with the doctor because I see this every day in my school, as I said before, and uh, as a teacher, we need to help the kids to I don't know, like to looking for the best way to handle their own problems. So yes, I'm agree with with the doctor. We don't teach nothing about the emotional health. Yes, teacher. I can't say anymore about that.
Okay. So, Alison, what do you think?
I agree with Paula because in that case, as she told us, doctor was talking how we never expect to teach this to the children because we spend more time taking in account our body or teeth as he told as the doctor told in the video. We spend more time in another things about our physical appearance or our body, but not our mind, not our face, psychological or
Mental?
uh, mental, thank you,
Yeah,
or
mental health.
mental health. Yes, as Paula said, when you are in a kindergarten, in my case, I work at kindergarten, and it's some things are important. The kids are have the knowledge because their parents, since they are starting their life, their parents are starting to teach them, not only sometimes with I can say como un regaño, like or
To
sometimes or
order.
sometimes like an order, or sometimes only with the example, all the days, all the moments in 3 moments, as some people has in the case of the bridge did. um so I I can be agree with that's
Okay. So, yes, I also think that the time has changed, and the school have to take care this about this topic, the relevance that it has, because everything has changed. Education, all the generation. This is a new generation. We are a new generation, and the generation that we are teaching is another one, and they have another needs. And mental health has taken a very important role in the world of today, and we have to take that in mind. We have to have that topic in mind in order to teach in a different way, in order to change the mind of our children, and then make them know that this is very important, as our body health, our mental health is also very important. Okay. So I had another one question in order to keep speaking. Um, this is a personal one. I would like you to answer this from your own experience. This one. Are you aware of how your mind reacts to failure? Are you aware of how your mind reacts to failure? Do you listen? Are you aware of how your mind reacts to failure?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you. But I don't know if I start with the answer or
Okay.
Alison, me.
Yeah. Any one of you can start with the answer.
Okay, I'm going to start. So,
Okay.
um, the question is: Are you aware of how your mind reacts to failure? Yes, teacher. I
Okay.
I know how I react about the failure because I think that I have some experience, personal experience about that. The first ones, I think that that can be like a first characteristics of failure, but I think that I know how to feel bad about the loss of something. So I I start to feeling bad and sad, but I don't feel bad with another person. I don't know if
Hi, can you hear me?
I can
Yes,
feel
Edward.
I can say how I feel, but I know that at the first I feel like off, but then I start to think and I say myself like Paola, be reasonable and do the things good. And also I have some mirrors and um, people around me that react in some ways that I don't like it. So I take that like a mirror, as I said before, and I try to do my best.
Okay. Oh, Paola. So if you talk to you looking at yourself in the mirror, please run if the people, if the woman in the mirror talks you back. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, we are clear. Okay, so you know that you have to run.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so Alison, what is your answer to this question? Are you aware of how your mind reacts to failure?
Yes, I am aware, very aware, because I know how I am. I ever I have been the small girl or the small sister in my home. So I have stay in different moments of my family. So since I was a little girl, I can control my emotions. It is like my sister said, you never cry. You are a person with that emotions, she told me. But it's because I have learning and control my emotions where is many people. And sometimes when I am alone, I now I can it's like soltar so free be free to in my case I believe in God, so I when I am on my bedroom so alone, I only can talk to God all my problems. So I take my failures when I lost some exams at the school, or when I have a bad day. I only can stay in the same way. Only sometimes I react like silence. I stay silent, or sometimes it depends of the failure. It depends of the moment too. Because sometimes I take it like a sunrise, or only smile and continue talking. But sometimes I am very aware about how I react.
Okay. So Edward, did you listen to your mates? Would you like to participate? Are you listening?
Okay, teacher, I could hear but a little.
Okay, so we can hear you perfectly. So if you want the question, please answer to this question. Are you aware of how your mind reacts to failure?
Repeat, teacher. I couldn't hear you. My internet is a shit.
If you cannot hear, look at the chat. Are you aware of your mind react to failure?
Okay, the question is: are you aware of how your mind reads to failure? This is the question, teacher. I'm not sure. Are you aware of how your mind reads
React
to
to failure?
reacts to failure?
Yes, Edward.
Okay, teacher. Really, I'm not sure because my state of mood is okay. Is always quiet. I am I am not impulsive. Uh, when I try to do something, it's a failure. Yes, is the pronunciation correct? Failure.
Yes, failure.
Okay, and it's a failure. Really, that's that is not bad for me. Uh, I only try to force more the next time, and I never stop getting. Sorry, I never stop until to get the the things I want to do. I don't give up easily.
Okay, okay, boys. I think that the most important thing about our emotion and feelings, is to know that all the feelings they are exist in order to feel them. I mean, you cannot feel bad because of you're angry. You cannot be mad at yourself because you had a bad feeling, because you know that we call feelings, and we divide it into good feelings and also bad feelings. But I think that is not an appropriate way to define or divide the feelings, because they are all the same, and we experience all the feelings, and or we will experience all the feelings in our lives. So we have to have that enough emotional intelligence in order to know how to go through those feelings, you know. So because I think I don't think that it is good to be all the time happy, because there are things that also our daily routine, our humor, our emotions. So sometimes it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad because of the situation. Because I don't know, but I won't trust in a person who is all the time happy. So what I can think about that person. So he think that everybody can hurt him or hurt her, and she or he's going to be happy the same. I don't think so. So I think that all the emotion and all the feelings are there in order to feel them, but we are the one who has to know that we can now feel that emotion or that feeling for all life, for all our life, because there are more than one, you know. Okay, guys, in order to finish this encounter, I'm gonna share with you three statements. So let's give our opinion one by one to complete this topic. So the first one is, our mind is hard to change once we become convinced. What do you think about that? Our mind is hard to change once we become convinced. What do you think, Alison?
Eh, if I can remember, is a sentence that the doctor speak on the video. Spoke.
Mhm.
Um, I I think sometimes it is true. It's like believing that, for example, bueno, he give another example of her twin in a car with a policeman. But with another example, I can explain this. Sometimes when we uh, 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 like live with another person in the same house or in the same apartment, you sometimes you can remember, for example, where you save your money. Yes.
Okay.
And you only remember you say you put it on a place, and you can find this in a special moment, and you look for another people, and you maybe for the kind of personality of that person, you put the the eyes on here, the view or the viewpoint in that person, and you are sure that that a person maybe is I forget how to say ladrón.
A tip.
Uh, I have okay,
Tip.
Thief.
a tip.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, teacher. So, you expect and continue giving the the the, the bad idea about that person, since you remember. So once we change the when we record it, as that moment, we can change our mind, and sometimes we have to be forgive for that, and it is like this. Yes. I don't
Yes,
know
yes.
if I can explain.
Yes, it's kind of that situation, because you know that when we convince ourselves about something, I think that if we are not ashamed who look for a different information or different examples to
Mhm.
demonstrate the opposite things of one situation. It's more hard. It's harder. Sorry, than if anybody else try to convince about other thing.
Somos
But
tercos.
yes, yes, we are like that. Um, Paola, what do you think? Our mind is hard to change once we become convinced. What do you think?
Um, Teacher, I think that sometimes because that is an answer about myself. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
could be.
Okay. Well, sometimes because I have to say that I'm a person like a little capricious or whimsical. That word I forgot that word. But I I I like to do the some exercise when I don't feel secure with some decision or with some thing in which I feel like a convinced or I feel that maybe just is a capricious. So I I like to wait to pass some time and then I really ask me like I really need that thing or I really feel that thing, and if I feel that thing with the pass of the days in the same way as I feel at the first time I ask myself,
Mhm.
I say yes, I feel that, and that is what I need or that is what I want. But if I change a little bit the way I feel around this thing, I said I'm just capricious about this thing. So for me, no, it's not something like a really true. It's like a maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of, like 50%, more or less.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, Edward, so what do you think? Is your mind hard to change when you are convinced or something?
Okay, teacher. I think that is true because when our mind is focused on idea, it's very pretty hard to change our thoughts. Uh, we have to we have to think with a positive attitude all the time because when you are among bad influence and they put inside your mind negative thoughts, you you are not confident, you are not be able to do something, or you can't get what you want because your mind starts to be dirty with this kind of thoughts, and it's difficult to change that idea in your mind. It's very hard. You have to you have to you have to believe in yourself that when you have a wrong idea, that is very hard. I agree with this sentence.
Okay, so okay, Edward,
I can hear you,
turn,
teacher. The sound is
yeah,
the
turn
is
off your
started.
mic. I'm gonna turn off your microphone. Okay, so yeah, that's good. Your point of view, and this point of this statement is also a little like a personal one because we talk from our own experience, and we are the only one who knows if our mind is hard to change or it's not. Okay, so let's go with the next. with the next statement, and is our mind and our feelings, they are not the trustworthy friends we thought they were. What do you think about this statement? Our mind and our feelings, they are not the trustworthy friends we thought they were. Why do you think this statement is right in that way? Go ahead, Alison.
I think this phase of this thinking is great in that way because the some people in a difficult moment can control their emotions or their feelings, and sometimes we know some people that is in a stronger mind is a strong mind. They are so strong or so hard when he speak or when he continue their daily life. But for example, when people is passing for a is living or a difficult moment, maybe in her health, for example, a bad sick moment like cancer or another. It's difficult to control our feelings. Eh, and the feelings sometimes moves the mind to think that all is lost, that all is can possible. And in the case of my family, we have faced at this moment for some similar moment. So I can say that is true. More the person that is sick sometimes can control their mind because their feelings is like the life is out, the life is over, the life is over for that person. So uh, their feelings are not more in the way that it was where he was a healthy person. So their mind is not more happy. I can say like that. Their mind is not more stronger. So sometimes it can change the health of the person, and so it is like a war between one day is like I am stronger, I can, but the other day is like no, I can more with this, and the sad moment and the mind is the wrong is ruining is destroyed. So I agree in the way that it its sentence is right.
Yes, Alison, because uh, we don't know how to control or how to act when we had suffered like shockings in our lives, when we had different difficult situations. We don't know how to handle those situations and how our mind can handle those situations because we are not we don't practice that. We haven't been teach or we haven't been taught about how to react or how to handle our mind in difficult situations. But we do know how to take care of ourselves when we cut a finger, when we cough, when we have fever. We know how to do, but we don't know how to what to do when we are suffering uh, something related to mental health. That's the thing of this topic. So, Paola, what do you think about this second statement?
Well, teacher, the second statement. Our mind and our feelings, they are not the trustworthy friends we thought they were. Well, sometimes, teacher, because uh, when we feel something so hard, I feel that we need to take a time, a break, think with the mind and think if this thing that I feel is good for me, and that thing don't will be hurt someone or myself. And sometimes also is difficult to think with the mind, and you just feel and you need to act in that moment. But I try to take a break and breathe and say, like I said before, hey Paola, think the things in a good way, and try to take the best decision about the thing that I need to take the decision. Yes. So sometimes, teacher, with me is sometimes.
Yes, but exactly, but that's because you know how to handle a difficult situation that your mind is passing by. The thing is that most of people don't know how to react, or they are not feel sure about telling someone that they are facing a difficult situation, that his or her mind is not working very well, because it's a taboo topic, and we still think that is something very bad for to talk about, because we think that that we're going to be called crazy, something like um, we don't talk about our mental health um, as we can talk about the illness that we have, physical illness that we have is different. That's the thing. So, Edward, what do you think about this second statement?
Okay, teacher. Okay, I agree with this sentence as well because our mind our mind is not confident because uh, like I was saying in the first sentence, our mind is our mind can be influenced by another people. Um, that is not good for us. We can confident all the time in our minds. We have to be attentive, and our feelings. They are the worst friends. They are the worst friends because our feelings are not stable. I not sure teacher stable. They are
Yes,
not
like that.
they are not stable. Um, when our feelings uh, take take our mind, our body, we can do some things later. We can we can I forget it, the words. We can which wouldn't have do it. Because, for example, if you are hungry, you can hit someone on your face, and that is not good. Later, that can be a problem for us because only in a situation we don't share the same idea, and we can start discuss, and I start being angry, and we can start a fight, and okay, it's an hypothetical situation. I could use my hand and hit someone on his face. Yes, because our feelings, they are impressible. They are not pressible.
Okay,
It is
guys.
just so.
Okay, so as a conclusion, what you can say about this topic, Alison?
Me? Okay. As a conclusion, I I can say that mind is a is a mystery
Yeah.
world. Um, it maybe as the psychology say we never try to exercise or pay attention more as in our mind, but um, I can I can only say I was thinking about it while my partners were speaking. I only can remember some words that my mom said to me some time ago. All in your life you can affront. You can affront all in your life. Some problems, some work problems, some difficult moments. But when you are in a bad way, where that you were taking care as a beautiful treasure,
Mhm.
you are you look it is your is like your hard moment to your mind. My mother
Yes.
say, tell to me, you can continue if you are with health. You can continue doing a million of things, but
Yes.
if you are sick, if you lost a leg, if you lost your mind, if you lost your a part of your body, or if you can continue working because you get a very difficult sick, you can continue doing, and your mind will be losing all the things, all the control. So I was thinking in this, so um I think it's a battle at this moment, not only because of my mind, because but I was thinking more, and it's like a balance between my mind and my health. So that we taking care more all the time, is when we lost them is difficult for us.
Yes, Alison. So, Edward, a final opinion in order to conclude this topic.
Okay, teacher. To conclude this topic, I think it was a topic very interesting. If though I couldn't participate very well because my connection is not stable today, but it was very interesting because our mind is a great tool. If we know how to use it, we can take advantage. Uh, we can take advantage of it, and we can get great things in our life. But at the same time, it's a it's a dangerous thing because if we are weak, we can be influenced for for bad people, and we can use.
Yes, that
Okay,
we have to
can you
say.
can you hear me?
Yes, Edward, I was listening to you.
Okay, teacher. Okay, I was saying our mind is a great tool if we can't use it correctly. But if we are weak, we can be uh, we can be I don't know how to say that. We can be I don't know person very unstable.
Yes, yes. Yeah, my conclusion is also that we have to take care of our mind as we take care of our body, because our mind is as important as our body is. Because the people who train at the gym, people who practice any sport, they are faster. They have a lot of abilities that people with a lazy life don't have. So if we put in practice exercises that can help our mind, if we read all the time, if we learn all the time, our mind is going to be strong and strong as our body is. So my recommendation is to take care of our mind as we take care of our body. Okay, so that's my recommendation for this and my final conclusion for this activity and this topic. Okay, so okay guys, so this was our last encounter. So I hope that you had take the screenshots in order to complete your second task to be delivered. Okay, so guys, nice to meet you, and this was everything for today. Have a good night.
Thanks to you, teacher. Until next time.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you very much for all, teacher.
Okay, Alison, have a good night.
Blessings. Take care. Bye.
I'm going to miss you.